Hi, I'm Justin Wheatley, Director of Lead to Ledger at PhiX Technologies. I'm here today to walk you through invoice management, which is part of the new Revenue Cloud Advanced. So for those of you who don't know, Revenue Cloud Advanced has been built on the core platform. So unlike Salesforce CPQ or Salesforce Billing, where they're a managed package, Revenue Cloud Advanced is actually part of the core, where it's using the out-of-the-box objects. So opportunities through to quotes, through to orders, again, all managed on that single platform. So today I'm going to walk you through the process of an AE going through a sale with their customer. Now, my customer in this instance is Optima Core Systems, and they're a high-tech business. So I'm going to be selling from my company called Connexus. And Connexus are a company that sell collaboration tools, pretty much like Microsoft Office or the Google Suite. So I'm working from within the account, and I'm just going to head over to my sales tab. Within my sales tab, I have a new business opportunity that's been created. And from within my opportunity, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and create myself a quote, utilizing the RCA functionality. So this is my new business quote, and give it an expiration date of the 6th of December. I'm going to choose my bill to contact, which is important for when we send the invoices later, but also the prepared for. So this is who I'm going to send the quote document to. And that is my quote created really quickly. So I'm just going to navigate down into the quote section and open the quote. So from within the quote, I can now start to browse my catalogs. So I'm just going to add in my Connexus price book, and I'm going to have a look at my Connexus catalog. And this is where I can start to configure my products. I'm going to add in a business collaboration plus and a business collaboration standard because my customer has the needs for this. And I'm just going to have a look at the buying options. So for my customer, I can choose to send them a subscription, which is a term-defined subscription, or we can offer an evergreen solution for them. Evergreen meaning they can cancel at any point. But for this product, I'm just going to add in the annual term-defined product, and the same again for the business collaboration standard. Again, that's going to be the term-defined. So let's add that. And I'm now just going to save these quote lines back to my quote. Okay, so I don't really want to just sell them one for each of these products. So let's just go in and change the quantities. So for the standard, I know they need 35. And for the collaboration plus, I know they need 45. So let's now save these. Okay, we can now see my quote's been updated to $53,500. Now, normally at this stage, what I would do is I would be having a conversation with the customer, and potentially they may ask for discount. I'm not going to add any discount onto this quote at the moment, but let's say we had added a discount, it would probably go into a needs review, an in review, and either be approved or rejected. So I'm just going to approve the quote. The next stage of this would be to send my quote to my customer for e-signature. So we would generate the document, send that over to the customer will review it, potentially go through a redlining process if there's any T's and C's that they were unhappy with or that they wanted to change. And after that, once the customer had signed it, it would come back into the system as accepted. So let's now just mark that as accepted. Okay, so the next stage from this would be then to create the order. Now, again, you could either choose to automate that process. So as the quote comes back in as accepted, the order could be generated automatically. I'm just going to show you how easy it is to actually create an order just by clicking on my Create Order button. And there we go. We can see an order has been created. Rather than clicking straight on the order, I'm just going to come to my related list where I can see my quote lines. And here we can see my order has been created in a draft status. Let's navigate to this order. Let's do a quick refresh on the prices. Okay, so as I mentioned, my order is in a draft status. And if we navigate to the related list, what we'll see is my order products. We'll also see this section here, which is billing schedules. So as I activate my order, we'll see that billing schedules are created, and the billing schedules are what are going to generate the invoicing. So let's activate this order. Now, there may be some kind of process in between where somebody needs to review the order and ensure that they're happy with it. So that's where that kind of the gate comes through from draft to activated. Let's give our order a quick refresh. And let's look now. We can see that we have 2 billing schedules that have been created. Now, these billing schedules actually represent the products that have been selected. So normally, as a business, you would then generate some invoice schedules, which would automatically run, let's say, in the evening daily, which could be to bill any kind of arrears or advanced billing, or you could run it at the end of every week. Again, you could bill in arrears for that week that's just passed, or you could bill in advance. Same thing again for a monthly invoice run. The flexibility is there to be able to do any advanced or arrears billing. What I'm going to do though is I'm just going to generate the invoice now. So let's click on generate invoice. Do you want to create the invoice? Yes, I do. Okay, so we've closed the loop on the sale there. We've taken an opportunity through to a quote, through to an order, and we've actually generated that invoice. So let's come back to our customer account now. And on our customer account, we can see this section here, which is finance. But before we look at that, let's just go through and look at the tabs. So we have our relationships where we've got our contacts. We have our sales where we have our opportunity. We have our quote and we have our order. Now, if we're utilizing any self-serve elements from RLM, this is where we'd see any self-service orders that have been created. Now, as part of the process, we've actually created some assets. So the 2 products that we sold were actually created as assets in the asset section. And this is where we can start to do amendments, renewals, upgrades, downgrades, upsells. But the part I want to take you to now is actually the finance section. So let's have a look at finance. And here we can see our invoices has been generated. Let's click on our invoice. And the invoice has been generated in a draft stage. So we can see our 2 invoice lines. So our business collaboration plus, we have a unit price of $800 and 45 quantity, taking us to a total of $39,000. With the business collaboration standard, $500 unit price, 35 quantity, taking us to a total of $19,250. As we navigate down the record, we can see our payment terms are set to net 30 days, and we can see our total charges here. So our total charges are $53,500. We have tax applied at $5,350, giving us a total invoice value of $58,850. What I'm going to do now is actually post this draft invoice. And as I post this draft invoice, what you'll see is that an invoice document has actually been created. So we can now look at this invoice document. And this is just a visual invoice representing everything that we've done on that sale. So we have our invoice number, our invoice date, our invoice due date, which is the net 30 days, and it gives the full details of everything that was as part of that quote. Let's just close that. Give this a quick refresh. Okay, let's now navigate back to our account. Okay, within our account, we can see that our invoice has been emailed out directly to our billing contacts. So like I mentioned earlier, what we've done is we've taken an opportunity all the way through to an invoice. So like I say, really closing that gap. Salesforce Revenue Cloud is a composable solution. So you can cater for simple use cases like the one we've just looked at, or you can cater for more complex use cases. Now, if you'd like to know anything more about Revenue Cloud Advanced or any of the modules that we've looked at today, please do get in contact and we'd be more than happy to help. Thank you.